Purdy off the play fake. And his first pass is incomplete. Charlie Warner, the tight end, the intended target. But it's going to be second down. When you talk about this Seahawks defense, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. There he goes left side. Inside the 20, Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Play action. It's Smith. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
To throw is Smith. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go with them early and often.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Again, it's Walker.
20, 10, 5, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Geno now to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. Down the left sideline. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And now off to the races down the right side. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's got it to about the 40. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Open man, there's Gray. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, 36 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when... Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Niners 14, Seahawks 7.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Throwing now is Geno. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 123 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Purdy. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. The Seahawks at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now Geno. And he rifles one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Myers' kick is good. And a couple back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
132 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Fighting his way through contact. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback keeper, bootleg, maybe someone else carrying the football. He's done the heavy lifting. Let him take it across the goal line.
McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Niners 21, Seahawks 10. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Kick over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Second down and 3. On the counter, it's Walker.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
He hits his target, Lockett. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line. Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
53.
Now Smith. End zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Final play of the half. Purdy will get this into the hands of Ayuk. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
2nd and 6.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Oh, some strong running. And now past another. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
3rd and 2, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Now that play stopped by Drake Jackson.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Running right, here's Walker. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 49ers 10-yard line.
Here's Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? From the gun, here's Smith. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring it back within a point. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A third quarter now to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But it goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Draymond Jones able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Back to throw, Smith. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Down the sideline he goes. And into the end zone. A pick 6 from the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Purdy will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Play action. It's Smith. And his throw here is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The Seahawks on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be third and forever. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Drake Jackson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Called a no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. Pushing his way through. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. They go with McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Hey, we go, sit
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Geno. That is caught, and he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Smith. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Throwing again is Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Some time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as